ZC is a 23-year-old male presenting to the emergency room. Doing great. Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? What's good, guys? I'm really excited for today's episode because this is one of my favorite songs. Oh man. Oh man. I say that all the time, and if you watch any of my videos or if you watch any of my Twitch streams, you know it. You absolutely know it. I will say oh man probably at least 20 times a week. Yeah. Maybe I should count. Should I have an oh man counter? Oh man. This is the second song in the album. And it's kind of a funny story how I decided to write this. I started thinking, well, I shouldn't say I started thinking. I was told that I write too many sad songs, and that's probably the reason why I'm single. So I said, all right, I'll just write a sad song that bops. That's oh man. Let's get into it. So we're gonna start with this opening patch. So when I chose this patch, I really wanted to get a marimba sound. That's really what I wanted to go for. So I found an electric marimba patch, and then I edited it a little bit, and that's what we were left with. Reason being, I have some talent in mallet percussion, so I decided to break out this bad boy and lay down some cool tracks. I think it's really heavy. Lay down some cool tracks while playing on the pad, and that's kind of how I ended up writing the song. Once I found those like super easy few chords, I was like, okay, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the song. So if you hear, like, when we get to the bigger sections, you'll hear it even more. You'll hear the resonance of the marimba kind of fill up the extra space in the song, and that just, it makes me happy. I love that sound. I love that wooden vibrato that just comes out of the instrument. It's just so nice. So nice. Anyways, one of my other favorite parts about this song is the vocals. I was very, very happy with some of the background vocals and some of the underlying vocals that I added in to go along and complement my voice. I thought it complemented it so much better than any other of my songs, and that's probably one of the reasons why this still remains one of my favorites.
If you asked for help and this is what it is, I'm sorry I got to this. If you needed me, I wouldn't quit, but I don't think that's what it is.
Okay, let me explain. So I use autotune in my songs, and if you didn't realize that, how? But basically what I ended up doing was I took the same patch that I sang. I think I turned up the throat on the higher vocal, and then I added in a lower vocal that also had a little bit of either probably throat turned down a little bit more. And we can listen to what they sound like independently, and it just sounds so weird compared to hearing it with the normal vocals. It's crazy what happens when you take stuff apart. But here, let's take a listen.
If you asked for help and this is what it is, I'm sorry I got to this. If you needed me, I wouldn't quit, but I don't think that's what it is.
It's weird, right? That's crazy. All right, now let's listen to it with the vocals again.
If you asked for help and this is what it is, I'm sorry I got to this. If you needed me, I wouldn't quit, but I don't think that's what it is.
Really makes it. I gotta say, I love it. I know it's not everybody's taste, but I still love it. I think it's great. Let's move on. Believe it or not, I have a heavy dubstep background. I love dubstep, dude. Especially like early 2010s dubstep. That was what I listened to in high school. I was one of those kids. So naturally, when I found out that there was like this cool device that I could put into any DAW, Serum, dude, I jumped on that. I jumped on it hardcore, and I started using that stuff like crazy. I love it. It's such a great tool. Highly recommend it. Look up Serum if you haven't heard of it. You should have. But what I wanted to have was like a really, really heavy hit, especially when we got to the bigger sections. And Serum gave me the opportunity to really have some nice crunchy chords that go along with the marimba. The bass is nice too. Yeah, if you don't listen to this with bass, man, I'm sorry. That's unfortunate. It's so much better with the bass, but it's okay. Listen to it in your car. It'll be good. So another cool effect that I decided to add in, I wanted to play around a little bit more with autotune. There's this lyric where I question whether or not she needed me, and that lyric was really cool when I really turned up the throat and made it sound a little bit like more back in the throat, and had that kind of effect that sometimes you hear in some electronic songs. But it wasn't enough for me. I wanted to have it like de-escalate. Is that the word? Yeah, sure. We'll talk like that. Yeah, sure. Yeah. De-escalate. And to do that, I basically used this tool in PreSonus Studio One called Bit Crusher, and I had the intensity of the Bit Crusher increase as time goes on at that point in the song. Let's listen to it real quick. I can show you the graph too, it's pretty cool.
Can you believe this is where I could be? I don't believe you needed.
And then through that part, you'll also hear that I slowed down the marimba patch and then really drug out that last note just so that it like kind of tampers off and then ends up smacking you back in the face once we hit that bop.
Oh, man.
I was really happy with this, mostly because I wanted to go for sort of like 70s disco feel, and I think I pulled it off pretty well. It's definitely got that like, okay, here's the beat, alright, here we go, let's do it, okay. Oh man. And then there's not really too many other parts of the song that I want to talk about, other than at the end of the song, I basically have the chorus line out again, and then have all of that cool dubsteppy serum stuff. But I also integrate my vocals into it, and I put it every other or so measures. And I think it fits really well because the message is still the same even when I take out some vocals. So yeah, let's listen to that.
I'm sorry it got to this, but I don't think that's what it is. And she act like I don't know it.
If you haven't heard this song, it's a bop. I highly recommend it. Thank you guys so much for watching my stuff. Wait, are we ending already? Alright, but for real, thank you guys so much for all your support. Every single day, the support just gets stronger and stronger, and I love it, dude. It's crazy. I gave myself one last chance to pull off a music career, and I think this might be the best chance I have yet. So with your help, we can make this happen, and it's really great. Thank you guys so much. Check me out on Twitch. Have a good one.